Devin's actually a part of an amazing, I guess I would call it a SaaS company, working with digital marketing agencies, really. And majority of your clients are digital marketing agencies, Story, STORY.co. And these guys are providing an amazing service to agency owners of, chopping up content. We all need repurposed content all the time, and we don't have enough hands to do this. And in this day and age, it's all about content, right? So
Yeah.
Devin and I met Devin and Austin, who's the co-founder of the company as well, in Tampa last month. These guys are amazing, really high energy. These guys are bringing an amazing product to agency owners, which I think every agency owner needs right now. Why don't we hear from you, Devin? Give us a bit of an introduction about who you are and what Storyy is.
Sweet. Yeah, it's kind of a long story, no pun intended. And thanks Cesar again for having me on the podcast. So I think it was about 3 years ago. Me, Connor, one of the co-founders, and Austin, the other co-founder, we all worked at the same mortgage company, and we were helping these loan officers run Facebook ads. And we found was like the Facebook leads were just terrible, and it's because we're running stock content. Like there's an image of a
Huh.
house or a family walking through the house, B-roll footage, right? And what we tried was, let's say, hey, let's actually have you record a video that we're going to run as an ad and see how that performs. Well, the question we got was, sure, I can do that, but what do I even say? What do I record? So we kind of started off with this idea a while ago, and then they started a thing on the side. We're doing things with Go High Level, trying to resell that, and we met this person in the mortgage industry that wanted to become a coach. He wanted to be everywhere. He wanted to be on every platform. He wanted a podcast, YouTube, you name it. So our first real client, as it was video content, social content, was that guy. And then he introduced us to a few other people at Cardone Ventures and things like that eventually we're able to get as our clients. But our main goal is to help people share their authentic message. There's a lot of social media marketing agencies, but to find a team that does the video editing, the time stamping, the posting, the boosting, everything as it relates to social media, and they know what they're doing is really hard to find. So we were just like a one and done shop for Story. And then a little bit about me. I love social media. It's like a passion of mine just because I've seen so many people grow their business through organic content. I did help with paid, but I love the organic piece because you own your audience. You don't rent your audience when it's coming through you naturally.
Hmm. That's awesome, man. And I think you guys are like really big on organic content for social media. And I think in this day and age, we talk about organic SEO. We talk about lots of other stuff like blog posting and things like that. But when it comes down to social media content, especially the organic, everybody's, I guess, running ads and stuff like that. But when it comes down to organic content posting, a lot of us drop the ball there, right? So how did you guys kind of figured out this particular niche? Like, did you guys run some campaigns or was it trial and error? How did you find this particular niche?
Man, it was a lot of trial and error. And when TikTok came out, it actually helped us so much. So kind of give you a little bit of background and people listening, this is good information to know how the algorithm works. So when Facebook started, Instagram started, all these social platforms, the reason why it was great is because I want to know what Czar was doing. I wanted to keep up with my family and friends. I wanted to meet new people. Well, when TikTok came out, they had this approach where people are more interested in the topics that you're talking about than the actual people. And so Facebook had to make a huge switch. YouTube Shorts just released their handles on YouTube Shorts, which is crazy. And how the algorithm works is if I see content that I like, I don't have to be following that person. But if they're creating content that I like, I'll actually see their content. I'll see them consistently. So it's changed a lot from having to do paid ads. You have this organic feature of not having to do paid ads. You could just post online and you can make business out of that. So we've seen like a huge turnaround for businesses through just solely organic content on social media with no paid media.
Yeah, that's amazing, man, because we definitely, it's really underrated right now. I think the biggest piece of the puzzle is where you guys come in is that organic content, right? Not using stock content, right? Like if you're a digital marketing agency, and you're still using stock content in this day and age, I don't know if you should be calling yourself a digital marketing agency. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no,
Stock content versus your own generated content, and putting that in front of users.
I love that you asked that question. I get that question a lot. So I see a lot of people post the stock content like National Cookie Day, Merry Christmas, but it's without their family. It's like giant red background with white letters, that sort of thing. I'm really against it just because Instagram will look at your profile, or any social platform will look at your profile. And if people aren't engaging with that content, um, your profile is going to poorly perform, really bad. Instagram's going to say, okay, they're not creating content that's actually worth it for other people to see. So I'm strongly against it. I was actually talking to an agent, a real estate agent the other day, and she had one video that she recorded and it got like 20 times the amount of engagement than any of her other posts. And it's because her other posts were stock content. So it's funny. Personally, I'm strongly against it. I love that you said if you consider yourself like a social media digital marketing company and you're posting stock content for people, then you can't even consider yourself that anymore. It's changed so
Yeah,
much.
a guy like me, like I started out my agency back in 2008, and like we were really focused on websites and SEO and stuff like that. Social media, not so much, but over the last before I moved on to RepStack, I remember I was already recording videos with my clients. I was, we had
Yeah.
photographers at locations, and the campaign started doing amazing as soon as we introduced. These actual pictures of the client and their family owned flooring business, for example. It just makes sense, right? People want to see real things, and we're so, I guess we're spending so much time in social that we can pick out what's real and what's not, like in an instant, right? And that's where the engagement comes in. Correct me if I'm wrong, Devin, where
Yeah.
you see that right piece of content, you engage with it, and that kind of gives you that organic boost, right? People are engaging, you're going to get a boost as an authority figure on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So you guys are producing content for all of these platforms right now?
Yeah, we're doing TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, you name it. If it has video, that's what we focus on. So all the platforms are going vertical. So you've probably noticed with LinkedIn, 3 months ago, you couldn't post even a vertical video. Now you can. So it tells you all these
Mm,
platforms are going this new algorithm way, which is super interesting to see it kind of pan out.
nice, nice. So talk to me a little bit about what type of clients you guys are working with, how many clients you guys have right now, what's the size of Story right now?
Yeah, so we have a wide variety of clients. We have coaches, business owners, speakers, loan officers, real estate agents, you name it. So anybody that needs to be online and actually start growing their business, you need to be on social media. So our ideal client is someone that has multiple businesses because they use their personal brand to grow those businesses. When you think of Gary Vee, I know Gary Vee has multiple companies. I don't know the names of them. Grant Cardone, I know
Mm,
Grant Cardone. I do know one of his companies, Cardone Ventures, because we help them. But I don't know his other companies. So these are people that they're trying to grow their personal brand because they can grow their other companies. Gary Vee, he came out with a video the other day. He's talking about Mr. Beast, and he's saying Mr. Beast is going to be like one of the richest people on the planet because he's growing his personal brand. He gets it. He creates engaging content. He talks about his life. He's creating stuff. He's growing it around a person rather than a company. So that's kind of like
mm.
our ideal client, what we're going after. Employee wise, we have about 55 clients. And employee wise, we're around 100 employees. So we're just really trying to grow this year with the bandwidth that we have.
Congratulations, man. That's a huge success. And when did you guys start out?
Oh man, it was right before COVID. It was literally like a couple months before COVID. So I think COVID just helped us a bunch because everybody is at home.
Nice, nice. Congratulations. That's huge growth. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about because our clients are mainly digital marketing agencies and agency owners, and they're really interested in acquiring new clients. So like, what's your strategy around marketing? How are you guys acquiring clients right now?
Yeah. So for us personally, or for our business, we're doing cold calling. We're doing that guerrilla marketing. We still are posting because we're getting clients through the organic growth. YouTube is a really good route. Uh, all the
Mm,
shorts, Instagram, Facebook, you name it with those shorts. And then we're doing a lot of cold calling. It's scary. One piece of advice I'll give you that's been a learning lesson is don't buy a massive list of people and call those people because the list might not have good phone numbers or it might not be your ideal client. Spend a week or even a month finding your ideal client, manually searching for their phone number. I probably have had 20 really good conversations just this week alone, and we're only on yesterday.
mm,
And it's because it's their personal cell phone numbers, their ideal client. I mean, you can buy a list,
mm,
but you're going to spend a lot of time hitting voicemails. You're going to spend a lot of time talking to the wrong people. Just spend the time
mm.
finding that direct list that you need.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
That's very important. What an amazing point that, when you're starting out, or if you want to, even have an outreach campaign, build out the list yourself, define your target audience, and then go to work by building out that list. And, we do something similar as well on our side. Like once we identify a target audience, we have these list builders that we hire on Upwork and Fiverr, and
Yeah.
we just go to these guys, and these guys are just able to find us, their personal numbers, their personal emails, and all of that stuff, and then we'll build out our cold outreach campaigns around those lists. So what a great point. I totally agree with you there. So that's kind of how your marketing works. I guess you guys are doing a lot of organic social content
Yeah.
posting as well.
Yeah. We wouldn't have a company if we did it. So we got to do that.
Nice, nice, nice. So let's move on to the sales process. How does that work, Devin? What's your sales process like? How big is your sales team, and how do you guys close deals?
So funny that you mentioned that. It's just me. That's the sales team. It's been a really good learning progress this year. So how that works is we find someone or someone finds us. Those are our best ones. We get a lot of referrals from our clients, which tells you the company is doing a really good job. So after that first call, we just do a one call close. Alex Shlinsky teaches this. We spend about 15
Amazing.
minutes. Yeah, it's been working really well. So we spend about 15 minutes learning about their business. So just make sure you figure out why they need this in the first place. Piece of
Yeah.
advice is people really don't care who you are or your product is. So ask
Mm,
questions that will get them to tell you what they really need help with. Like it might be, I need more sales, I need help with customer service, I need help with retention. So a good
mm,
question you can ask is, okay, if you were to hire a consultant to come in your business and fix one thing in your business, what would that be? That's been a game changer because they're not going to say social. That's probably bottom of the list for them. And then I can come in and show them
mm,
how social can help them with that problem. But you got to figure out like, yes, they schedule the call because they need social media posting, they need video editing. You got to figure out the reason why they need that though. Is
mm,
retention,
mm,
whatever it may be. So after that, it's basically a done deal. You say, hey, okay, if I can get you two more clients a month, would this be worth it to you? Yeah or no?
mm,
And like they say, yeah. You ask them if they're ready to move forward. If they're not ready to move forward, that's okay. Just make sure you have an ask. I get it. You're not ready to move forward. Can I have a follow up call with you next week? Just make sure you have something that's continuing the conversation. Always get an answer though, even if it's a no. Just be straight up like, hey, I don't want to waste your time. I just want to make sure, is this something you want to move forward with? And say, I just don't want to waste your time. I don't want to bother you. And they'll tell you yes or no, but it's better to get a no than be ghosted and waste your time on effort on that lead. So
I love it, man. You put it so simply. It looks like you're doing an amazing job at that because you and I've been working on that stuff, and I know that stuff works. You mentioned one call close. Alex Shlinsky is our business coach as well. We're working with him diligently implementing the one call close process, and it's amazing. And I think what you said, that just be listening more than just trying to push your product in, because if you can get to that root cause of, for example, in your case, I might be a person who really wants to grow the business. I'm struggling in growing the business. I need extra 2 sales or 3 sales, and now you can really connect your product to the problem that this client is facing, and you can come in that look, the story is going to bridge that gap organically. Posting content is going to get you those extra two deals. Do you want to move forward? So amazing, amazing strategy. It's simple. Not a lot of people, people overcomplicate sales. I
Yeah.
love the fact that you simplified it for so many people listening, and I'm sure it's going to be a big help for a lot of people. Devin, thanks a lot
Yeah.
for that.
And also one more
Uh,
thing is, I saw a
yeah.
stat. I saw a stat the other day. It was 93. It was 93% of people like to do business with people they like. So having an organic social media presence and people knowing who you are before they even
Hmm.
talk to you. Another stat, it was from HubSpot. 4 out of 5 people will look at your profile online before doing business with you. So if you don't have an
Hmm.
organic presence, but your competitor does, your competitor's going.
Hmm.
So I just wanted to end with that before you keep going, but that was pretty interesting.
Just be real. I think that's what it's all about these days. The more we kind of bog things down, slow down the process, get to the point fast, ask questions, and really, we in this day and age, you don't need, because if I'm going to be jumping on a call, I'm going to make sure I know Devin beforehand, right? Like you and I've met before, but so it made our relationship a little bit easier. But had I not met you, I would have made sure that, I would have gone on your profile, checked you out. If I've seen, these vague content coming from left and right, stock photos up and down, it would have been a different story. But, you see a genuine human being posting genuine content. It's just a simple strategy. So, don't overcomplicate things. Get to the point fast, ask the right questions, and you'd be surprised how many deals you can close on that first call. So, great sales process, man. Love it. I'm sure you're knocking out of the park, Devin. Let's move on to retention. So you guys have, like, you built up the business with, it looks like just 55 clients, but these 55 clients looks like people like Grant Cardone. These guys have multiple businesses behind the scenes running and things like that. So it's definitely more businesses that you guys are working with. So talk to me about retention, because as a digital marketing agency owner, retention is, especially once you get to that $50,000 a month mark and above, retention starts becoming a real thing. Like, you want to bring in clients, but you don't want them walking out the door at the same time. So it's kind of zero net effect. So you want to be continuously growing. So what are you guys doing for retaining clients for as long as possible?
I love this question. It's probably one of my favorite questions. So I used to be over everything at Story, client success, sales, marketing. Now I'm just focusing on sales this quarter. And one thing that I've realized is if you want to be good in sales, you also need to be really good at client retention. So what I do is after I get a sales call, I am on that onboarding call for the first 5 minutes and I hand the person off. I've been on sales calls where someone will sell me, they hand me off, I never talk to that salesperson again. I have a bad experience. It's hard to get in contact with someone. So number one, be on that onboarding call first 5 minutes. Second, again, this is just what I've seen work. So take what you want out of my piece of advice. Second, text the person after the onboarding and say, "Hey, Azar, I just want to follow up. How did your onboarding call go? Did it go good?" They'll tell you if it went good. They'll tell you if it went bad, but now you can fix it. And then lastly, I schedule a 30-day check-in after they onboard, and I ask, "Hey, how's it going? Are things going well?" The reason why it's so important for the salesperson to do that is because they were the first person they met at your company. So they have a lot of trust in you. You have to hand it off softly to the account manager. Now it's the account manager's job to check in monthly, respond quick is what I would say. Even if you don't have an answer, say, "Hey, don't have an answer for you. I'll get you something within 10 minutes." Set those things up.
Mm-hmm.
Wait 2 days and you don't tell them that you were looking for an answer, they're going to be pretty mad. So those are just the things I was working. I think from my perspective, it really comes back to if you're a good salesperson, you got to make sure that they're getting taken care of, because guess what? They're going to send you referrals if they have a good experience. So can I relate to
That's
that?
amazing, Devin. You won't believe this, but we recently implemented live transfer from the salesperson over to the account manager. So we're doing exactly what you just said.
Nice.
For the first 5 minutes, our salesperson's on that call, and they're transferring. We call it the tech stack, where all the requirements of the client, everything bundled into a stack, and they're transferring that on a one-on-one call with the account manager as well. And then obviously the 30-day check-in, that sounds like an amazing plan. We'll probably be implementing that. But, from, one of our coaches is Josh Nelson, and he talks about, why clients leave all the time. The biggest reason clients leave is perceived indifference. It's not because we're not doing the work. It's just that they think that nothing's going on behind the scenes, even though our teams are just going crazy trying to deliver the results. But if we don't communicate, if we don't let them know that, as soon, like for example, you said that as soon as a message comes in, we send an immediate reply, even though we may not have the right answer. But we're in constant over communicate in this particular side. Again, I think account management or retention, we overcomplicate things there. Uh, First thing is obviously make sure you have a strong product, but once you've got that taken care of, just communicate with your clients. I think that's going to make sure that there's no indifference between you and the client. How big is your account manager team? Like, how many account manager per client are you guys using right now?
So we have 5 account managers. We can do around 20 to 25 each account while doing a really good job. So that's something that I'd say. Find that breaking point, because you need to make sure your accounts are having a good experience, or they're not going to refer you more people. So be realistic with your team. If you think your account manager can do 100, but they can really only do 20, that's okay. You just got to be okay with that. Because
Yeah,
we have really good account managers, and we've figured out 2025 is really that sweet spot without
that's
overpaying.
excellent, man. Yeah, because again, if you are going to overdo them, you're going to load them up. The balls are going to get dropped, and then you're going to have an issue called retention. Trust me, as an agency owner, you do not want to deal with retention. So it's better to have you know extra two account managers than just loading up your current ones, where clients are going to start leaving on the back end. So yeah, those are great tips on retention, Devin. Amazing tips, man. Before we end this, Devin, is there any pointers you'd like to say, give out to agency, digital marketing agency owners who are, trying to grow their agencies, who are trying to do their content themselves, for example, or anything that would help them go to that next level?
Yeah, so record content. I'm going to offer something for you for RepStack, because I love them. We're going to offer one free video edit for anybody that sees this podcast, and shout out for RepStack. We're doing that for them. So if you want a free video edit, send me a text. This is my personal cell, 801-682-3534, or email me at Devin, Deven, at storyy.co. So my piece of advice is just get on video content. If you guys want to edit your first video, send it over. We'll take care of it for you.
Love it, love it. There's Devin's email ID. Send him out. Let him know that RepStack. Yeah, you heard him at RepStack, and get that first video. We'll be taking you up on that offer as well, Devin. We'll be sending you some video to edit for us. I know you showed me your platform. It's amazing. It looks like it's actually a full blown app, but the only difference is that there's real humans working behind the scenes and doing the work and stuff like that. So you guys have built something amazing, man. So anyone listening to Devin, get that offer off the table as soon as possible. And thanks a lot, Devin. This has been a great pleasure talking to you again, man. And I know we're going to be in touch real soon after this call as well.
So thanks, Cesar. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.